This judge, who's totally conflicted, has me under an unconstitutional gag order. Nobody's ever had that before, and we don't like it, and it's not fair. Other people are allowed to do whatever they want to us, and I'm not allowed as a presidential candidate, the leading candidate, the Republican Party nominee, and the one who's leading Biden by a lot. I'm not allowed to talk.
Former President Donald Trump was back in a New York City courtroom today after spending Wednesday campaigning in Wisconsin and Michigan. The day began with a gag order violation hearing and ended with the lawyer for two of the women at the center of this case, Karen McDougal and adult film star Stormy Daniels. CBS News national correspondent Errol Barnett is outside of the courthouse and joins us now. Errol, this is the second gag order hearing. What is the former president accused of this time around, and what did the judge say regarding the new allegations?
Hey there, Nicole. Well, the 4 additional violations stem from Donald Trump speaking to reporters about David Pecker and also sharing commentary online as it relates to the jury. And just a very fast fact check for what the former president said as he came into the courtroom this morning. Gag orders happen all the time for criminal defendants, especially when they go outside the bounds of what judges have laid out. And Donald Trump, even though he's running for president, is a criminal defendant in this case and therefore is not allowed to criticize witnesses or the jury. Judge Juan Merchan, though, wasn't very interested, it seemed, in Trump speaking about witness David Pecker. He was more concerned about Trump saying the jury was 95% Democrat and therefore he wouldn't get a fair trial. We don't have a decision from the judge yet. Jail time is unlikely because these violations happened after last week's gag order violations and penalties were made. But a $1,000 per penalty is likely should the judge decide to go down that route.
Yeah, something that can definitely add up. Stormy Daniels, meantime, her former attorney, Keith Davidson, was back on the stand today. Tell us more about his testimony.
Well, it was fascinating. He's really the connective tissue between Stormy Daniels, Karen McDougal, and Michael Cohen, who throughout the narrative of this trial was operating as Donald Trump's lawyer as part of the scheme to come up with these hush money payments before the 2016 election. And Davidson detailed the emotion leading up to 2016, the importance to get these deals done, and also the night of the election when it was clear Donald Trump would beat Hillary Clinton, in texting one of the publishers of the National Enquirer and saying, quote, "What have we done?" And that's important because he says he understood that his efforts to suppress those stories helped Trump get elected. He also conveyed that Cohen's reaction to the McDougal story going public later that year was that the boss was very upset in saying Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump's lawyers, the defense on cross-examination, tried to poke holes and discredit Davidson, saying he tried to extort Trump and other celebrities, as he had done, says the defense, to Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan. But the day ended, Nicole, with the recording of Michael Cohen recording his conversation with Donald Trump, in which you hear them discuss the hush money payment to Karen McDougal and how to finance it. And that's the core of the prosecution's felony counts against Trump. So the jury witnessing all of that today.
And then just very briefly, Errol, because this certainly has been a talker throughout the trial, there have been these reports that the former president has at times fallen asleep in court. But today he responded on Truth Social. What's his explanation?
Well, it makes you wonder, Nicole, how do you confirm someone falls asleep? Donald Trump, apparently reading the things that are being said about him, posted this to Truth Social, quote, "Contrary to the fake news media, I don't fall asleep during the crooked DA's witch hunt. Especially not today. I simply close my beautiful blue eyes, sometimes listen intensely, and just take it all in." So, it is clear that Trump is awake and engaging with his lawyers and listening to testimony, but it can be dry and technical at times, and it does appear that his eyes close and he stays still. We know that court resumes at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and so as any other criminal defendant has to do, he has to be here, show up, and then be a part of these proceedings.
All right. Errol Barnett, thank you so much.